Okay, so I forgot to record what I forgot to record. I forgot to record when I finished my cereal, but I finished that at 6:34, so it took me 8 minutes to eat it. And now it is 7:06 right now, so yeah. Alright everyone, which pants do I get to wear for the first day of school? Just kidding, you don't get to choose. I'm choosing this one. Now, which shirt do I wear for the first day of school? Just kidding, you don't get to decide that either. I'm wearing this one. Sorry, I'm recording this at a weird angle. This computer right here. So in my middle school, you changed your Chromebook every year. But in high school, you keep the same Chromebook throughout all 4 years. So this computer hasn't been opened in 2.5 months, but I just opened it a few minutes ago, so yeah. Rate the backpack out of 10. And then also here's my brother's backpack. Rate which one is better. I am not good at putting stuff in backpacks while you're also holding a phone. Alright, it is 7:25. School starts in 20 minutes. This is the time that I decided I was going to leave to go to school last year. And this year I am sticking with that. Okay, so I'm gonna point this at the sidewalk at all times as not to potentially dox myself, and yeah, I'm gonna rant to you. So here's my schedule. Now the way my high school works is that you have 8 classes, but you also have A and B days, so every other day you switch classes. So your first 4 classes are on one day, your last 4 classes are on the next day, and then it switches every other school day. So I am gonna actually record a second video tomorrow. So today is my first A day, and then tomorrow I'll record a second video for my first B day of the year. Now, I do have one major problem. So the way this paper schedule works is you see these classes, and the classes that are taking up the entire bar are full-year classes. So as you can see, language arts and math are obviously full-year classes. But then if a class only takes up half a bar, that means it's a semester-long class. So this semester I have health, while next semester I have sociology. But as you can see, for my 5th period, B day, there are 2 full bars, which means I have 2 different full-year classes booked for that day. So that's very confusing. I very much hope that I don't get kicked out of AP Psychology, because that's a class I really wanted to take in order to go to California in the spring for my first out-of-state field trip. So my mom emailed my counselor. We're going to try to figure out what's wrong, try to fix my schedule. Thankfully, it's not today where the mess up happened. It's my friend just walked past. That's just very embarrassing. Bite past. Thankfully, it's not today. If the mess up happened for today, that would be a huge problem, but hopefully we get this all sorted out with my counselor before tomorrow. Here's some cacti, if you can believe it or not, since I am located in northern Utah. This is the only cactus I have ever seen in northern Utah, so that's something. I did notice that cactus last year. I don't know why I said that's something, as if I hadn't seen it before. This is very, very weird, doing this for the first time in 2.5 months. This feels so familiar, yet so long ago that I last did this. I really do get anxiety about crossing the streets in order to get to school. Look at the amount of people that are dropping their kids off rather than having them walking. Jeez. I see. I remember. It's because all the new freshmen are here. I am no longer a freshman. I am no longer the youngest of the pack, guys. Playing music. That's so very kind. Everyone is so overexcited. Like, don't lie, guys, you do not have the energy to do this at freaking 7 in the morning. Like, what, did you chug like 4 cans of Red Bull before doing this? And of course they happen to be playing one of my least favorite songs. This is so cringe. Quickly walk past, quickly walk past. Look how freaking busy this is. Like, it's insane. So that is my first class, my first new class, driver's ed. I am very excited about driver's ed. Because once you learn how to drive, your level of personal freedom instantly just becomes so much higher. We have all the classic first day of school tropes, by the way. We have girls yelling at each other, acting like they haven't seen their friends in years, even though it's not even been 3 months. Like, calm down, girls. Okay, first bell is ringing. I'm gonna enter the classroom when there's a lot of people entering it, I think. Alright, I'm going in. Wish me luck. I will stop the recording once I've entered the classroom. These desks have really nice undercovers things, stuff where you can place things here. Okay, I have done my first 2 classes of the day, and this is now my lunchtime. I have a lunch, which means I eat lunch at 11 a.m., which in my opinion is not really ideal, but whatever. These bathrooms right here, the men's and women's restrooms right here, are by far the nicest restrooms in this school. Like, by far the nicest. The line is so freaking long. I'm trying to get all the way over there, and this is how far away I am. At a normal zoom in, by the way. And also, they've changed the direction of... They've literally changed the direction of the line. Like, the line didn't go into this hallway before. It went there. It literally went there. But I think this is worse, because then the hallway over there gets crowded, so... I suppose one good thing about having lunch at 11 is I don't think that they're pretty much ever going to run out of food, because they have to serve enough food for both lunches anyway. I guess that's a good thing. Okay, lunch is acquired. They've changed the trays. Normally, these were the only trays they had. They bought new trays. Look at this sad excuse for a roll. I mean, look how sad it is. It kind of looks molded on the camera. It's not molded, but like it's not molded, I promise. But it still doesn't look good. And the worst thing is, I didn't even get a fork for my mac and cheese. I completely forgot. So I guess I'm gonna have to just sip it. Okay, I tried to do it, but that's a bad idea. I'm gonna get a fork. Okay, utensil required. Acquired, sorry. They pretty much only had spoons. There was a label for forks, but inside the cups that were labeled forks, there were more knives. Okay, so let me eat all my lunch, and I'll get back to you. Someone left their trash here, that's rude. Okay, I gotta be careful here. The bell for lunch to end literally just went, so I'm gonna take a bite of this decimated roll. What? Still disgusting. I hate it. This is stupid. Still as disgusting as it was last year. I'm sneaking away my chocolate milk. Okay, don't tell anyone. Kind of creepy that no one is going up this stairway, even though third period is literally just about to start, but... Okay, this is strange. There's no one in the hallways. I thought it was time for third period. I see. I think I'm 5 minutes early. Yeah, it's 11:39. I think it's supposed to... I think lunch ends at 11:40 and not 11:35 like I thought. Yeah, so very awkward thing happened. Sorry if the sun blinds my face at all. So what happened was last year they made it so that if your third period classroom was on the second floor of the building, then you had the first lunch. But if your third period of the day was on the first floor of the building, you had second lunch. They changed it, and I did not know, so now it's first floor of the building, now it's first floor of the building, first lunch, second floor of the building, second lunch. So that means I went to my language arts class late. And it also means I have attended both lunches now. So I guess I have half an hour more outside of a classroom than I usually would. There's a lot of things going on this first day, let me tell you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to see something. So, wait. So last school year, I discovered, last school year, there was a day where I was looking at water fountains on the outside of the school. And I thought, there's no way one of these water fountains works. So I pressed not only the buttons on the actual faucets, but also the button down here. And I discovered that this button was the only one that spewed out water. And it was that way until the end of the school year. So the question today is, after 2.5 months, is this still the only button that dispenses out water? Right. Okay, first button's a dud. Second, this button's a dud. This button's a dud. But is this button still work? It frickin' does. Oh my gosh, I haven't tasted this water in 2.5 months. Very warm, but not disgusting. Okay. I do not like how there's just green on the water fountain. Like, what on earth is that? What on earth happened to this guy's car? Sometimes if people's cars get damaged, and the damage is pretty minimal, they just won't go to the mechanic because it can get expensive. But I don't know, you guys tell me if that's a little too much damage to not go to the mechanics. Alright, last period of the day is math, which, you know, math class isn't my first choice. Math class isn't particularly my first choice of a class to have at the end of the day, but whatever. Last class of the day, you guys. Last class of the day. Wow, that was awkward. Last class of the day, wish me luck. Alright, so for the final part of the video, I'm going to tell y'all how the first day of school went. And also, I have finally found a solution for my 2 classes in 1 period situation. So, first teacher, driver's ed class. The teacher was very good, the class was very good, although it does make me a little bit more scared to learn driving, because I heard that in order to, like, after you get a permit, you basically have to do like 8 different tests for, I don't know how it works. You have to complete a certain number of drives before the end of the quarter. Second period directed studies teacher was good. There were 2 teachers in that class, actually. Both of them good. Although I'm not going to be in that classroom I'm not going to be in that classroom a whole lot for a lot longer. I'll explain why in just a second. And then third period and fourth period, despite the lunch mix-up, they were very good too. Language arts teachers and math teachers are both awesome. Alright, so the reason I say I'm not going to be in directed studies for longer is I found a solution. The solution is, on Thursday, there's going to be a little form that students can fill out in order to change classes around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop directed studies. I'm going to drop that class, and I'm going to move my history class to second period. So that way I can keep my 5th period class being AP Psychology. So that is excellent news for me, and with that, I want to thank you all for being on this journey with me, my first day of sophomore year. I will upload a future video that will document my first B-day of sophomore year. And yeah, like, subscribe, comment, all of that stuff, and I will see you later.